these bitches wanna lick my ice cream.
Thank you so much for taking the time to interview with Electric Sloth. We really appreciate it.
Electric Sloth.
Electric Sloth. I don't have a shirt on.
I was hoping you'll have a Sloth t-shirt, dude.
I do, but I just didn't wear it.
That would be sick.
Okay, so
I have a Sloth astronaut t-shirt.
Do you?
Yeah.
No, I've seen like the like meme online, but I've never have a shirt.
That's sick. My friend got it to me in Boston.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So obviously you just came out with the Borgore album. What was sort of your role in that and the upcoming the tour that you've been on recently?
I mean, I wanted to make it like, I don't know, obviously I have a bigger outlet than a lot of the artists on the album, and what I wanted to do is collaborate with everyone and give them a bigger exposure, you know. And that's what happened, and the album was #1 on electro. It was #4 on dance. I don't know where it is right now. Maybe up, maybe down. I don't know, but did really well, and it's super exciting because I don't know. I'm collaborating. Some of these kids are more established, some of them less established, but it's just beautiful to see like people giving a chance to all these artists. Because obviously I love their music. Otherwise, I wouldn't work with them. And I hope all of them will do really great in the future.
And are you going to all these tours? Are you going to or all these shows? Are you going to specific shows?
I'm doing the whole tour.
You're doing the whole tour?
And the support is changing. It's always Jaws and OK are with me the whole tour, and then the other supports are rotating.
Okay.
And so far, all the shows sold out. I cannot even tell you how crazy it was. I'm really calmed down right now because how fucking hard we went the past 3 days.
No, I was checking out your Twitter. It just literally looked insane.
So the tour is doing very well.
So you obviously mentioned OK. Given the fact that we live in San Diego, we sort of saw the whole rise of OK. How'd you go about finding him and sort of begin?
You know, like with Borgore, with my label, it's all about friends are telling friends. You know, so it was. I think it was Kennedy Jones that were telling us, yo, check this kid from San Diego. His name's OK. Just put out this tune, and and the way I found Kennedy is the way I found OK. I was like, damn, I was blown away. I was like, what's up?
I have to ask. So, what happened to the Gore Step days? What's going on? What's going on these days?
When I was doing Gore Step, I was playing to 300 people, and today I'm headlining a festival in Panama. That's what happened today.
Okay.
Gore Step days. That's a good answer. But I'll tell you what. I honestly don't get that much shit for doing what I'm doing because obviously I fuck with a lot of music, you know. I do some super commercial and some super hard, like the Coco remix I just released is fucking
amazing.
It will fucking make people bleed from their eyes. Like, that shit's so hard. That shit's so hard. But the beautiful thing about what I'm doing is, I've done some like more electro house thing that like. But now I can go on the main stage. I've done 2 years in a row EDC main stage, Vegas. I go here in Panama and play a big festival. Wherever I go, I can go on this stage and it's a full-on trance house crowd, and I'll throw some dubstep in there, you know. And this is what I'm able to do thanks to the decisions that I've made. You know what I mean? So I did some compromising. It's not really compromising because I stand behind anything that I produced. I love music. I enjoy pop, dude. I enjoy big room, you know. But I've done some of this so I can go on a stage as big as this and play some really hard shit.
What do you think? What's your set looking like tonight, if you don't mind us asking?
I said it earlier in another interview. I'll have to test the water and see how far they're willing to let me go with it. You know what I mean? Because I have some gnarly ass dubstep on me. But
please do it. Please do it.
I don't want to clear the stage. You know what I mean?
No, of course. There's only one stage. They can't go anywhere else.
But the way that I'm getting away with it a lot is you play some gnarly shit. You play a track they know. You know, you play some hard shit. You play Calvin Harris. You know, you play some hard shit. You play a fucking top 40 pop song. You get me? But again, dude, if I play a Calvin Harris song, it's a Calvin Harris song that I like. If I play a pop song, dude, even if I fucking play, I don't know, Taylor Swift, I fucking love that. I love that song. Otherwise, I won't play it. You get me?
And then so you just mentioned, you said the word decision, so it made me think of it. I saw that in another interview you said basically you listened to Bach for like 3 months and then came up with Decisions.
Yeah.
How did that work out? How did Decision come out of listening to classical music?
Dude, all I did was I downloaded a bunch of like pianists playing like Bach, just solo, and I would listen to that shit from the second I woke up to the second I went to sleep. And funny enough, I'd listen to it and play Plants vs. Zombies on my iPad, just sitting there all day listening to it, playing Plants vs. Zombies. And I mean, Bach is you can always go backwards, you know. You can always say Pythagoras was whoever invented modern music, because he invented the half notes. But for me, Bach was the first dude that. Dude, he wrote all the chords you hear, all this fucking electro house.
Started by him.
All this fucking, even the more complicated shit like Deadmau5, you know, all that shit. Bach invented it. You know what I mean? You listen to Bach, everything is there. All this pop stuff is his songs. He wrote that shit. You know. Mozart obviously is like more pop, but you can also hear that shit with Beethoven. You know, he's very poppy. I know.
So sort of going back in time a little bit, we covered Coachella 2012, weekend 1, luckily. So we saw, you know, your crazy pole dancers and everything. I just want to know, how did you end up busting that? You know, how did you end up busting that off without Coachella knowing?
Israeli Mossad shit. But yeah, Coachella are still mad at me for that shit.
Are they?
So pissed.
No, because we're looking up, we're like, wow, did these girls just take their tops off? Like, no way. And then obviously our friends, we had some friends go to weekend 2.
But
no pole dancer.
No, they won't let. Second week, I was trying to do that. They didn't let me. I got like 10 chicks to run on stage naked. Bouncers stopped them, and then what we did, we put on the video wall, we put a chick swallowing a huge ass dildo. Huge. They shot our video down.
What?
But you know what, dude? I'll tell you why it's very hypocrite, you know, because there's nothing wrong with sex, you know? There's nothing wrong with tits and fucking dildos, and sex is natural, dude, you know? But stage next to me, there was an artist, I won't say who it is, and he had the whole crowd throwing cocaine at him, you know, like people throwing cocaine and whatever. So white people will give me shit for sex, which is supernatural, but all these artists can get away with talking about drugs and violence, you know, like gangster rap, you know. Don't get me wrong, I love gangster rap.
That's my next question coming up. So.
I love all that shit, and I will never criticize them. But I don't get why I'm getting the criticism for something that is so minor next to like things that people are just, you know, passing by. I don't know. It's weird. It's hypocrite. I feel it's hypocrite, dude.
No, and then so sort of looking at one of your Vibe interviews, you said you know, you're listening to a bunch of rap, ATL stuff. Are you going to continue to integrate that in your style of music? Are you moving in a sort of different direction? What do you feel like?
My whole life, you know, from the second I started writing music, like I grew up listening to Dre and Snoop and I used to love Ludacris in like his first albums when he was gnarly as fuck. And if you listen to my music, like one of my first songs was Ice Cream. Listen to the beat on Ice Cream. That's trap, you know. That's trap 5 years before trap was trap.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Before it had a genre. You know?
Listen to Nympho. It's a fucking 808 with the snares, you know. And this is what I grew up on, and this is what I'm gonna do my whole life, you know.
Just got 2 more quick questions for you. Sort of, you know, not as serious. One, what do you normally have in your typical rider?
What I normally have in my typical rider? More alcohol than someone can consume.
Okay. And then I saw in another interview, sort of, you said that you are intending to run for president of Israel and resolving the Palestine-Israel conflict. What's your status on that?
Give me a couple more years, but I'm dead serious. I can't even tell you how much serious I'm about it.
No, because I saw also, you know, you grew up in the middle of the conflict. So
yeah.
Really heavy.
Dude, everything is fixable.
It is. And then just last thing.
It's all about money in the end of the day.
No, honestly.
You just need to pay the right people and this shit will end.
And so, last question. We have a couple of our correspondents covering your Mix Mag live set in LA. And apparently you stopped everything and started mentioning Black Widow spiders at your house. I got to know more about that.
So I got a new house, and that morning I sat down with there was a dude that comes and sprays everything because I've seen a couple of fucking Black Widows. So he came and killed everything. But then like the internet guy came and the garden came, like you know the whole. It's a new house, dude. So I had to fucking. So I sat there the whole day in the fucking spray, and towards the evening I started feeling funny, and I was like, guys, I'm not sure I can make it. And they're like, no, try. You know, you gotta come. You know, it's a big thing. So I drank a bunch of water. I tried to take a nap, whatever. I came there, and I feel like a lot of like illness is in your head. And I love that, and I'll never miss a show in my life. Like, even if I show up and live in the middle because I start vomiting, at least I tried, you know? I never missed a show.
That's not something a lot of people can say.
So yeah, it's the Israeli army, I guess. You know, if you wake up in the morning sick and you don't show up, they put you in jail. But, so I got used to it. But anyway, so I love the time I would convince myself, listen, you're not sick. It's all in your head. You're going to be fine. So I went there, I tried to drink like a little bit of beer, tried to maybe do a shower or two, and I was just like, you know what, those shit just made it fucking...
The fumes, right? The fumes.
10 times worse. I went during the set, I went to the toilet, started vomiting. I was like, okay, I'll try to go back. I went back, I tried to play 2 more songs. I was like, okay, nah, I'm out. But I got food poisoning in Kansas City a couple of years ago. And I managed to play an hour and 15, and every 2 songs, I just went off under the deck, and I vomited, and I filled a bucket, and I was still playing the show, and I filled.
This guy taking care of the vomit.
He wasn't there, but the thing is that the venue was so hot and humid that on the stage you could smell the fuck out of it. It was so bad. It was really, really bad. And the funny thing is my MC was drunk as fuck and he almost stepped into it.